Thor and Loki, Part 2. In the previous episode of Thor and Loki, we saw how Loki's mischief helped Thor get a special hammer called the Mjolnir. This story is about that hammer, and it starts with...
No! My hammer! Where is it?
Yes, Thor woke up to find that his hammer was missing, and he loved that hammer. Now, whenever something went wrong, the first thing Thor would ask himself was if Loki was behind it. But he knew that even the great trickster wouldn't dare to steal his hammer. So the next thing he did was go to Loki for advice, for the god of mischief was crafty and would often help Thor come out of difficult situations.
What? The Mjolnir? Without it, Asgard is vulnerable to attacks from the giants.
I know, and that is why I have come to you.
Let me see what I can do.
The first thing Loki did was go to Freya, the most beautiful goddess whose golden hair tumbled about her shoulders and shined in the light of the sun. Loki, what brings you to my chamber at the first light of the morning?
An emergency. I need your falcon cloak, the one that lets you fly.
You have the audacity to come here asking for the most valuable thing I possess so that...
Thor's hammer has been stolen. I need to find it.
Oh, I'll get you the cloak at once. Loki put on the falcon cloak and took to the air. He flew beyond Asgard and into the land of the giants. Beneath him, he saw the hugest giant ogre he had ever seen and landed beside it.
Loki, the son of Laufey, in the land of giants alone. Loki not scared? Something bad must have happened.
Indeed. Thor's hammer is missing, and I was wondering if you'd know anything about it.
I know all about it. You know how? Because I have it. And I have hidden it so deep beneath the earth that even Odin cannot find it.
Why? What is it that you want?
Freya! I want to marry the beautiful Freya. Bring her here in 8 days from now, and I will return the hammer as a bride gift. And let Thor know that if he plans to attack us, the hammer will be lost forever. For only I, Thrym, the Lord of the Ogres, know where it is. And I will give it back only if I've what I ask for. The beautiful Freya. Now go!
You need to brush your teeth.
Never mind.
When Loki returned to Asgard, Thor was waiting for him in the court of the gods.
Loki, did you?
Your hammer has been stolen by Thrym, Lord of the Ogres, and he demands a price.
What is it?
Freya's hand in marriage.
Just her hand?
You are just all muscles, aren't you?
I don't understand.
Not just her hand, all of her. He wants to marry her.
Oh, she will not like it.
Of course not.
But we will still persuade her. And by we, I mean you, because you are good at persuading people. And she will say yes. Perfect plan.
What makes you think I will do that?
Fine.
What? Are you serious? That nasty ogre wants to marry me? Me?
Yes, and then I will get my hammer back. Simple.
Get out!
But my
Get out! Seeing that his master plan did not quite go as he had anticipated, Thor called a gathering of all the gods in the Great Hall. All were present, except for Freya. All day they talked, debated, and argued, but could not come up with a solution. That was until Heimdall spoke.
I have a suggestion, but you will not like it.
We will like it.
I suggest we dress up Thor as a bride. Veil his face, drape him with jewels, and...
I don't like it. Out of the question. Bad idea.
It's an excellent idea. If you don't want the giants to invade Asgard, then you will do it.
But
Enough! It is an excellent idea, and this is how we will do it. Prepare Thor for his wedding night.
And so, Thor was dressed in the finest clothes, and Freya happily gave him the necklace of the Breezings, which they hung about his neck. Then they covered his face with a veil so that only his eyes could be seen.
Oh, you look gorgeous.
shut up, Loki.
I will be your maidservant.
And saying that, he turned into a beautiful young serving woman. Thor and Loki climbed up into Thor's chariot, and it soon took to the skies.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Stop talking, will you? Let me do all the talking.
When they reached there, they landed in the courtyard and saw a path made of fresh rose petals. They walked in their costumes through the path where a giant woman, Thrymm's sister, was waiting for them. So this is the most beautiful woman on Earth? Can I see her face? Only in front of her husband-to-be. Now, where is the groom? She is eager to meet him. Follow me. And so, Thor and Loki were led into the great hall for the wedding feast. Thrymm sat at the head of the table. The maiden, who was Loki, sat next to him, and Thor sat next to him.
Let her sit next to me.
It is our tradition. The bride's serving maiden is to sit between the bride and the groom until the wedding.
I see.
Thrymm clapped his hands twice, and the giant serving men came in, carrying big plates of exotic food and drinks.
This meal is for the beautiful Freya.
But he could not finish, for Thor had already started to eat under the veil. It didn't take him time to finish all the food, and he was still hungry. And when the trays of pastries arrived, Thor swept them off.
Go easy, you hungry beast.
Wow, amazing. I've never seen anyone eat so much.
There is an explanation, obviously. Loki took a deep breath to think of something to say as he watched Thor devour an entire salmon and pull out its skeleton out from his veil, as if he was showing a magic trick. Ever since we told her about you, she hasn't eaten, because she was so eager to be in the presence of the giants and marry their lord. Now that she's here, she's eating to her heart's content.
Is that so? I cannot wait to hold her hands and listen to her sweet voice.
Isn't it time for the wedding already?
Ha ha! Indeed! Bring in the hammer to sanctify the bride. I want to see Mjolnir placed on the beautiful Freya's lap.
It took several giants to carry Thor's hammer. With great difficulty, they placed it on his lap.
My dear Freya, now let me hear your voice, my love. Tell me you love me. Tell me you want to marry me. Tell me you burn with desire as much as I do. We will make the best pair in the whole world. What do you say?
Thor held the haft of his hammer. It felt familiar and comfortable. Then, with a laugh that boomed across the hall, he stood up and, removing the veil, said,
What do I say? I say, stay away from my hammer!
He swung his hammer and hit Thrymm, and the ogre fell on the ground, never to rise again. That's Thor! Run! All ran hither and thither, for Thor was dangerous, but with his hammer, he was invisible.
Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I got my hammer back and had a good dinner. Let's go home?
You should learn to say thank you.
I'd say thank you to you, Loki, but sooner or later you're going to pull up some trick and annoy me. Can you guarantee me you won't?
Sounds boring. You keep your thank you, and I keep who I am. Let's go.